Hello, beautiful people. I'm so glad you're here because today we're diving into a topic that touches every single one of us, no matter where we live or what we do. We're talking about World Consumer Rights Day, a day that's all about you, me, and everyone who ever buys, uses, or even thinks about a product or service. It's a day that reminds us that as consumers, we have power, and with that power comes the right to be treated fairly and honestly. Every time you buy something, whether it's a loaf of bread, a new phone, or even a bus ticket, you're making a choice and putting your trust in a business. That's a big deal. Your decisions shape the marketplace and your voice matters. World Consumer Rights Day, celebrated every March 15th, is a global reminder that your rights as a consumer should always be respected and protected. It's a day to shine a spotlight on the importance of fairness, safety, and transparency in the marketplace. This isn't just a local event, it's a worldwide movement. People from every corner of the globe come together to say, we have rights and they matter. It's about unity, solidarity, and making sure no one is left behind. The day is coordinated by Consumers International, an organization that brings together over 200 consumer groups from more than 100 countries. Imagine the strength of that network, millions of voices all working together for a fairer world. Why does this matter so much? Because every purchase is more than just an exchange of money for goods. It's a statement of trust, a belief that the company will deliver what it promises, safely and honestly. World Consumer Rights Day is our chance to make sure that trust is honored, and to remind businesses that consumers are watching and expecting the best. It's a day for learning about our rights, sharing our experiences, and demanding positive change. We protest against unfair practices, but we also celebrate the businesses that do things right and put people first. The spirit of this day is all about empowerment and awareness. It's about knowing that you have a voice, and that your choices can inspire others to stand up for what's right. Imagine a world where every business is honest, every product is safe, and every consumer is heard. That's the vision behind World Consumer Rights Day, a world where fairness and respect are the norm, not the exception. This day gives us a platform to talk about the big issues that affect us all, from protecting our online data and privacy to making sure we have access to clean energy and safe products. It's about tackling the challenges of today and building a better tomorrow. It's also a day to hold businesses and governments accountable. We demand transparency, responsibility, and action, not just promises. When we stand together, our voices become a powerful chorus that can't be ignored. Change happens when we unite and speak up for what's right. So, let's open our minds and our hearts to what this day truly means. It's more than just a date on the calendar, it's a call to action for all of us. You deserve to be safe, informed, and treated fairly every time you make a purchase. Your rights matter and you should never have to settle for less. Let's make our voices count, not just today, but every day. Together we can create a world where consumer rights are respected and celebrated by all. Every movement starts with a single voice. Sometimes it's a whisper that grows into a roar. Sometimes it's a call for change that echoes across generations. In the world of consumer rights, that voice sparked a revolution. For consumer rights, that voice was President John F. Kennedy. In a time when the world was rapidly changing, Kennedy recognized a need that had long been ignored. On March 15, 1962, Kennedy addressed Congress, making history as the first world leader to champion consumer rights. His words were bold, and his vision was clear. Consumers deserved protection, respect, and a seat at the table. He recognized consumers as the largest economic group, yet often unheard. Despite their numbers, their concerns were too often overlooked by businesses and lawmakers alike. Kennedy outlined 4 basic rights: safety to be informed, to choose, and to be heard. These rights were simple, yet powerful. They meant that every person, no matter their background, deserved to shop without fear, to know what they were buying, to have real options, and to speak up when something wasn't right. This was revolutionary, a call for fairness and respect between buyers and sellers. It was a vision of a marketplace where trust was the foundation, not just profit. He declared that consumers are people, not just numbers. Each person mattered, each voice counted, and each choice had value. His words sparked a global movement, shifting focus from businesses to the people who buy their products. The impact was immediate, but its influence would only grow with time, reaching far beyond the walls of Congress. Kennedy's vision, a marketplace built on trust and confidence, set a new standard. It was about more than transactions. It was about relationships, about dignity, and about justice. His message resonated worldwide, inspiring activists and everyday people alike. From bustling cities to quiet towns, people began to see themselves not just as buyers, but as citizens with rights. This was the birth of the idea that consumer rights are human rights. The right to safety, to information, to choice, and to be heard became a rallying cry for justice and equality in the marketplace. Kennedy gave us the language to demand better. He gave people everywhere the courage to speak up, to organize, and to push for change. His legacy lives on, not just in laws, but in the idea that everyone deserves dignity in the marketplace. It's a legacy that continues to inspire new generations to fight for fairness and respect. That speech was a promise of a fairer world. It was a beacon of hope for those who felt powerless, a reminder that change is possible when people come together. It lit a fire that still burns in the hearts of advocates today. The passion for justice, for equality, and for respect continues to drive the movement forward. The movement he started continues to grow. With every new voice that joins, the call for consumer rights becomes stronger, reaching new corners of the world. And it all began with one powerful speech, a single moment that changed the course of history and continues to inspire us all to demand a fairer, safer, and more just world. Kennedy's speech was just the beginning. On that day in 1962, when President John F. Kennedy addressed the U.S. Congress, he spoke not just to Americans, but to people everywhere. He outlined 4 basic consumer rights: safety, information, choice, and to be heard, planting the seeds for a movement that would eventually cross every border and language. The idea of consumer rights spread, but it took years to become a global celebration. At first, these rights were just words, hopes for a fairer marketplace. But slowly, they began to inspire people in distant countries, sparking conversations in homes, schools, and parliaments. Advocates worldwide worked to unite people under one banner. They formed alliances, shared stories of injustice, and built a network of support that grew stronger with every passing year. In 1983, more than 20 years after Kennedy's speech, the first World Consumer Rights Day was celebrated on March 15th. It was a moment of triumph, a day when people from all walks of life could stand together and demand respect, fairness, and protection. Consumers International led the charge, making it an annual event. Their leadership brought together organizations from every continent, uniting them in a common cause and giving the movement a powerful, unified voice. This was a declaration. The fight for consumer rights was now global. No longer confined to one country or one speech, it became a shared mission, connecting people who had never met, but who dreamed of the same justice. The first celebration brought together organizations from many countries, all with the same goal: making the consumer voice heard. It was a day of unity where differences faded and the desire for fairness took center stage. People organized workshops, rallies, and wrote to leaders about unsafe products and misleading ads. They shared their stories, educated their communities, and demanded accountability from businesses and governments alike. For the first time, these conversations happened on a global scale. People from different backgrounds and cultures found common ground, realizing that their struggles and hopes were deeply connected. The challenges faced by families everywhere were recognized as universal. Whether in bustling cities or quiet villages, everyone deserved safe products, honest information, and a voice in the marketplace. In 1985, the United Nations adopted guidelines for consumer protection inspired by Kennedy's rights. This was a turning point as the world's nations agreed that consumers everywhere deserve dignity and protection. This gave international backing to the cause and helped shape laws worldwide. Countries began to pass new regulations and the movement gained momentum, changing lives for generations to come. March 15th became a symbol of progress and hope. Each year it reminds us of how far we've come and how much further we can go when we stand together. One day, one movement, millions of voices. Together, they changed the world, and continue to do so, every March 15th and beyond. Let's break down the 4 original rights Kennedy gave us, your marketplace superpowers. First, the right to safety protection from dangerous products and services. You deserve to trust that what you buy won't harm you or your family. Second, the right to be informed. Access to honest, clear information. No hidden fees, no misleading labels, just the facts you need to choose wisely. Third, the right to choose. A variety of products and services at fair prices. This right protects you from monopolies and ensures healthy competition. Fourth, the right to be heard. Your voice matters in shaping policies and products. If something's wrong, you have the right to complain and be listened to. These rights are the foundation of consumer protection. They ensure you're not invisible in the marketplace. Your experience and opinion matter. You have a seat at the table. These rights empower you every day. As the world changed, so did our needs as consumers. The original 4 rights were expanded to meet new challenges. The right to redress, fair compensation for faulty goods or poor service. If your new gadget breaks, you deserve a refund, replacement, or repair. The right to consumer education, knowledge, and skills to make informed choices. It's about learning to manage money, spot scams, and understand your rights. The right to a healthy environment. the right to clean air, water, and a safe planet. This connects our choices to the health of our world and future generations. These new rights reflect our evolving world. They ensure protection keeps pace with change. Being a consumer is about responsibility too. Our rights shape a better, fairer future. Each year, World Consumer Rights Day spotlights a pressing issue. Consumers International picks a theme to focus global attention and action. In 2021, it was tackling plastic pollution, demanding less plastic and more sustainable choices. In 2024, the theme was fair and responsible AI, ensuring technology is safe, fair, and transparent. This year, it's a just transition to sustainable lifestyles, making green choices accessible for everyone. These themes connect our rights to real-world challenges. They show how consumer power can drive change. Every theme is a call to action. Together, we shape the future. The world of consumer rights keeps evolving. As our lives become more digital and connected, new challenges arise. The future will bring stronger rights, like digital privacy and the right to own your data. We need control over our personal information online. Sustainability is another focus, the right to repair, so products last longer and waste less. The goal is universal consumer protection everywhere. Consumers International is pushing for the UN to officially recognize World Consumer Rights Day. Imagine a world where every consumer is empowered and protected. The future is in our hands. Let's build it together. You might wonder, what can I do? The answer, plenty. Start by staying informed. Know your rights and local laws. On March 15th, join the conversation online with #World Consumer Rights Day. Attend events, webinars, or workshops in your community. Share what you learn with friends and family. Speak up when you have a bad experience. Write reviews, contact companies, or file complaints. Support organizations like Consumers International. Every action, big or small, adds to the movement. Your voice matters. Together we make a difference. Be an empowered consumer. Change starts with you. As we wrap up, remember, we are all consumers. Kennedy's vision sparked a global movement for fairness and dignity. World Consumer Rights Day is a celebration of our collective power. From 4 basic rights to a broader, evolving movement, we've come far. The journey proves that when people demand change, change happens. The future brings new challenges, but we're ready. Every choice you make shapes the world. Let's keep building a fair, accountable marketplace together. Thank you for joining this journey.